Hello and welcome. Here we are again, the magical duo of Marianne and Corinna. Yeah. I'm having a blast today, and I guess in one way that is fitting with the theme dancing your life. I mean, come on, dance is fun. Or do we go dancing when we're sad, have no energy? Uh, And Marianne and I had an absolutely interesting conversation yesterday that went so much all over the place, from here to there to this to that, that this morning when I was writing up the summary, so to speak, trying to make one sentence, I said, hell, I have absolutely no cognitive memory of what we talked about because it was so much, probably. And I'm grateful to Marianne, who just before we came on told me and said, oh, yeah, it's dancing your life. And I said, yeah, it's dancing your life. Are we dancing a samba today or a tango? I have absolutely no idea. And what if we're open to that? What if we're also open to the fact that to stay with the dance theme, that samba and tango are totally different dances, and they do have some similarities, especially in regards to intensity of the dance. And it's different kind of intensity, even in the samba and the tango. The samba is round and flowing, and the tango is more angular. The tango is a so called classical dance versus the samba is a so called Latin American dance, which are two divisions in dance competition, so to speak. So, really, how much is dance a symbol for our, or could dance be a symbol for our life?
Yeah,
And how much is it because we are in different stages, we are in different spaces. I'm in one space this morning, I may be in a totally different space in 2 hours and a totally different space by tonight. And are we willing to have ease and fun with each one of them?
yeah,
Or are we as a sudden going tango because there is a problem? And tango symbolizes the fight with the steer, with the bull. So here we go, angular, and there is a problem, and we need to evade and escape, all of that. So, and the samba is round and is having fun. So, where are we with that? For me, I'm just fascinated with comparison of life. How are you with that, Marianne?
Oh, Karina, it is, even when you asked me what was it all about, we spoke yesterday, and I said, not sure. I know that we went everywhere, so we came up with that theme of dancing your life. And now speaking to truly to that theme in another way, it is like, wow, but there is so much more in it, as you started also to mention in the beginning. Do you dance when you are sad, when you are down? And with me it brought up, yeah, but what if you would choose to start to dance even 1 minute,
Mm-hmm.
opening up yourself? How would it be also? I was thinking by myself, how would it be if when I wake up would go really with rhythm? Do I want to
Oh, yeah.
start my day with dance? What are the possibilities today? Not even asking it by defining it, but opening up that, oh yeah, but there is a rhythm and I have choice and I can see what it creates. And if it doesn't create what opens up even more space for me, then I can choose another rhythm, and I
Mhm.
can go with another dance. So that theme of dancing, the theme dancing has so much in it, as even with nature. Nature
Mhm.
dances every day another rhythm, even those days that look alike. They are so unique in their rhythms. And is that what we people also have? Everyone dancing his own dance. And it looks sometimes as the same, but is it truly the same? Is it truly the same?
Yeah.
As you can see also with the live orchestra guiding the dance,
Hmm.
or putting on something on, how do you call it, the discs they had before they put on the
CDs.
music, the CDs. It is completely different, and it can be the same song or the same music, but because of the different vibration of the live music and more technical way of bringing out the sound, it can bring a complete other component to the same dance. So in
Yeah.
dancing, there is so much, as I love sometimes to watch on TV also, to get a sense of what they wear, the
Mm.
clothes,
Yeah.
how they go with the dance, the shoes, the posture. There is so much in that rhythm of the dance. So yeah, I'm I'm happy with the team we brought up.
And the question is now, what are we going to talk about?
Hmm,
Or,
my
wait. Or are we just going to dance? Are
yes,
we
I'm open
thinking
to
that
dance.
we have to talk about a certain subject or aspect of it, or is it just this?
Exactly, as my sense is, what did we already touched
Yeah.
with so saying, where that did that theme come from? We
Hmm.
spoke waking up and choosing a rhythm, a dance. You mentioned also, yeah, dancing in the different states of life where you are in. Do you have a discussion? Is it is it going smoothly? Is it a happy dance? Is it a really energetic dance where we are in? And how we can, what we do also with our bodies, that's part of
Yeah.
dance, the posture.
Yeah.
So what is even there? Something we can even be more aware of. As I know for myself, I'm really movable when I'm talking and my hands going everywhere. So there is the most time a lot of movement when I speak, but there are people, they nearly move when they speak. And it's so completely different. And it can be also energetic with a lot of power. So what is the dance? What is the, yeah, what are our personal preferences going with the uniqueness of who we are?
That is great. And even the uniqueness changes because there's two things I noticed just right now as you were talking. When you started talking about body and posture, I noticed how my shoulders dropped. They were obviously there and then they dropped, you know. And I'm also aware that there are days when I'm with my hands moving a lot more, and that today I'm relatively quiet in that sense,
Yeah.
you know. So are we willing, uh, and it's something that, at least for me personally, is very accurate, and I've noticed it's even within our conversations. How willing are we to be present in each
Mhm.
moment?
Yeah.
Because if I wouldn't be present, I couldn't have noticed those two things.
Exactly. Yes.
And so being present is, I know because of conversations with other people, that there are people who feel that being present is a lot of work. And does it have to be work? Or is it just a choice that we can make and become present every moment? I remember years back, uh, I and even okay, let me put it out, and I'll tell you what's going on inside this brain. Where I felt I was present in this moment, and then there was a lot of not present, and then I was present again. And on the other hand, being present enough to notice when I'm present required a lot more presence than I was giving myself credit for. You know, I needed to be present in order to notice that I'm
Yes.
present.
Yeah.
And
But
so, how much are we willing to be present and acknowledge that? Because I think
yeah,
we may be more present than we think.
that because when I hear you speak to being present, it is like from the start when I was called on the team being present, more present, I took a sideway as going and looking up for what is this really being present, as it is a
Mhm.
job, it is hard work. I have to focus, I have to, whatever I decided it was. While in truth, for me, being present is letting myself, and it's not spacing out of start to fly or whatever. I'm really here with my body. I know that I'm here. I'm present. I'm conscious, present with I'm here, but I allow myself to be with all the energies
With
going
everything.
around me, with everything. And that is it is why it is possible being present here with you during the conversations, but also at the same time, I'm present with what is going on by my neighbor next door
Yeah,
without
or are you
really
even
truly
noticing?
knowing what is going on. But it
Mhm.
doesn't interfere me to be present with you and to have this conversation while I'm also having being aware of my body, as you noticed it with your body, that your shoulders were dropping. So in being present, there is so much going on that it being present is not the same as stagnating, as focusing narrow, as becoming
Yeah.
so small that you are only in that one point. That's not being present from my
And
perspective. It can be.
what came for me is, how is your dance if you're not present? You are
Hmm,
falling and tripping over each other's feet. You are misinterpreting the cues that the partners give each other if you're not present. So, how much
hmm,
it leads back to how actually present without cognitively being aware how present we are in our life.
Yeah. And this even brings that image with me when you walk on in the street. You are also present, and you are not really aware you are present, but you are present for not picking up a poo or whatever. It is, you don't go with the other person, you go around. So there is no need to come and to have that clash together because you are not present. So yes, and I love that you said it. How would a dance be when you are not present?
Mm.
It's a beautiful question, and for sure, this is one I'm gonna take out of this conversation for sure. As playing with that, how is it? How is it when I'm not present? And could it be that that question can help to become even more aware how present you truly are?
On the other hand, I mean, I also walk in town, downtown. It doesn't matter where you live. How many people are on their cell phones?
It's the new age.
They are present with their cell phone, but not with anything around them.
Yeah.
And how much is that both a result of what is going on in life? That I can look at it from both ways. There is so much going on that I feel overwhelmed, so I'm focusing in on a small detail. Or are we lessening what by focusing on a small detail, how people are in general in life? And then because there is an absence of presence, how does life change?
And at the same time, when you were speaking and you spoke about that small thing, this phone, it is what I perceived there was there is another broadcasting presence, because how present are they due to the phone, to everything that is going on, swirling due to the internet? It is as in another world
Right.
present, while
Thank
they
you.
are not present with where they truly are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow. So, yeah,
It's for
go.
and you are present in a virtual reality.
Yes, that's, and
That
how much is
discrepancy,
that?
that disjointedness.
Yes, and how much is that virtual reality became for so many people the reality, and they are
Yeah.
only present with that virtual reality. So escapes a lot of what truly matters, where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it also then there, as we spoke before in other lives, the Facebook lives, about choice?
Yeah.
So how many choice do we make by being present? Whatever way, if it is truly being present where we are
Mhm.
now, or being present due to that small screen on your phone and tapping into a broadcasted world that is completely different. But when how many people do choose from that broadcasted broadcasted world instead of here where they are with their bodies, with what is truly going on in their lives. So that virtual world, how does that dance through the own dance of your life you are choosing? And it is there that we dance different dances at the same time.
Yeah.
As you see, like walls. When
Hmm.
you are in that world of the broadcasted internet world, how is there the walls going on as turning around and 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 turning around, while with your body and where you are, there is perhaps that tango going on, that fight, and I'm going there. And with the yeah, the walls, I'm looking for an answer and I'm looking for a solution, but I'm still doing here the tango and da, 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 da. You know, there is so much
Yeah.
in the dance energy. Wow. Wow.
And how much is it making life overall more difficult by trying to continuously dance two different dances?
Or more dances. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. More dances, even as I see it from the perspective, there are so many different threads on different stations in that broadcast virtual world. And because it's nearly an obligation that you have to be present on all of them. So you are not falling out of the line when the dance is lined up and we start in the morning like the Irish dance, they stay in line and they start to dance, and their feet go the same way and the other way, and it is fast and it is going but nearly moving their bodies. So how is that a kind of dance that is also played at the same time, played now, danced at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost it conjured up the image of a river dance
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
body is pretty stable and it's just the feet that are moving.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there is a lot of energy and there is a
Hmm.
lot going on.
Hmm.
But here, with my phone in my hand, that's my body. I'm not moving. But with my feet, I'm going everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And I'm touching, 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 touching. And then afterwards, I'm so tired. And I did do nothing.
Yeah.
I did do nothing because I was only sitting there scrolling on my screen, and I'm so tired. And at the same time, oh, but for sport, I don't have time. Oh, but for going out and have a walk, I have no time because I'm busy all the time, not even aware.
It was just, football season. For sport, we have time here, but watching sport.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
and
it's
I
just
have an example
unusual.
of, I have here an example of two boys in the family, and yeah, they are completely into soccer, completely, and they go 2 or 3 times. They go out with the club, and then there is a training, and then there is a competition. Once in the house, when they come home, not a movement in any way. They are sitting down, they go on with the soccer, but then with games, with television, with whatever, in
Mhm.
every way. And there is no joy. It's like a sack of potatoes, like, that, oh, heavy thing. Then, and I spoke to my partner and I said, did you already notice those little boys, young boys, not little boys, young boys, 12 and 14, young boys, they don't express any joy of life. They, they, you don't notice even when they go and
Yeah.
play, they enter the stadium and they play and then they stop and then they go on and all there is in their worlds the soccer or on TV or due to PlayStation or whatever those games are, or but that the dance, the true dance of life,
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. There is no joy at all. And as I see it for my young, I did also have two boys with little time in between, but they were always in a matter of speaking, fighting, playing, moving. It was a lot of noise, but a lot of happiness also in the house.
Hmm.
Where
Yeah.
now so many children, I see it, or they sit still and there is not any joy or energetics going on in their bodies as in living. And when there is a noise, then it is, you know, it's, yeah, it is really, as yesterday, it was yesterday that my partner said, I noticed that today the children, when they don't like anything or they want something and a dad or a mom says no, then they directly start to scream, start to cry, start to
Hmm.
being anger. And said, yeah, that's the new way of life because it starts from the beginning. How many literally babies of a few months do you see already watching to the screen of mom's telephone to quieten them up? I'm not sure you see it, but I can see it here definitely. And I
Hmm.
saw it also with my grandchildren that mom and dad, when they want to have a conversation or a rest or whatever, then they give the phone and they put up whatever they let them
Yeah.
see. It's not about what they get to see, but that habitual thing as that's the savior of your life.
It's the
Wow, the savior
babysitter.
of your life.
I think the iPad, when the iPad came out, it became the babysitter.
Yes, yes, yes,
So
and
me,
that's how I
iPad.
call it the savior of life. But it saves my time, it saves dad's time, it saves your time because when you are quiet, I don't have to. Yeah, I
Yep.
don't have to do anything. We don't have to agree, not disagree, whatever. So it saves our lives. Wow. Let us dance, Karina. And
Yeah.
who wants to come and dance more Thursday? Looking up.
I was just thinking of that. Come and join us to have more of a conversation about how do you dance through life, with life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there's
where can we discover the different rhythms there are in our lives and we are not really truly aware of that we are
yep,
choosing those rhythms? Yes. Hmm.
yep.
I'm looking forward.
Me too. And we'll see what happens. So until next week. And I'm curious what dance theme we're gonna have next week.
We will
So
see.
yeah. Take
Thank
care.
you again.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye
Marianne.
bye.